I'm not sure what I'm hearing. I'm hearing this weird sound. Sometimes, but not always. Well, no, I'm like hearing it cut in and out in my headphones, but my headphones aren't connected to the computer.
Oh, that noise is always important.
Hello.
My headphones are connected to the microphone, but...
Can you hear me?
Okay, I'm back up. It's either going to work or not.
No, I'm accustomed to that.
Where did all those balloons come from?
Should we get started?
Where did all those balloons come from?
Oh, then you're doing vocals.
Hey, John.
Okay, now it's working, I think.
Yeah, balloons are cool.
You know, I'm not sure why it stopped recording, but it did stop recording.
Yes.
No, it's not working. Hang on.
It didn't seem at the time like it was working well.
Yeah, a lot of times when a microphone is malfunctioning, it's because you haven't greeted it.
Yeah, I tried.
But it turned out to be a really excellent episode.
I've been writing the gain, and it's just not working.
It's good if some episodes are very music heavy and some are talk heavy, and you just don't know what you're gonna.
I assume it's gonna be non-stop jams like last time.
No,
I might have it.
I heard something.
Are you like messing with the controls?
Danny, are you arguing with your daughter or your wife or that dog?
So can you hear that droning? Okay, good.
Hello? Hello?
Is that too loud?
That's fine with me. Hello? Hello? Hello?
It's too loud?
You're listening to Bear French Tea Party, a podcast.
Everything on this podcast is true.
Literally.
So, whose segment?
Oh, are we ready to get started?
Yeah, well, the problem is that
You're not gonna.
we're not
I
timing
thought
the
you were gonna
segments anymore.
explain
It
the
just kind of goes on.
I thought I was supposed to time it. Are we not timing?
It kind of goes on ad hominem, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna start the timer now.
Topic 1.
So look, there's this barbershop in Kansas City called Knockouts Haircuts for Men. And I was walking past it the other day. I had not really thought anything about it before. I happened to look in the window, and it's clear just from looking in the window that their gimmick is all the hairstylists are sexy young women wearing hot pants and like a tank tops, I guess. And so it's supposed to be a place that guys go and have their hair cut by sexy women, wearing relatively revealing clothing. And I'm disgusted by that. Because I'm really nervous when I get my hair cut usually, and I'm not in a position to enjoy, ogling a hot woman. I don't think I don't want to mix sexy with someone like holding a sharp blade near my head. And also you have to have your eyes closed a lot of the time when you're getting your hair. It just doesn't seem, it seems really inappropriate to me.
Why do you have to have your eyes closed?
Okay, when they cut the front, you don't want to get hair in your eyes.
Oh, that's my favorite
but that
part.
potentially that could be one.
Do you have a fan blowing in front of your face?
No, when they cut your bangs, you could get the hair falls down. You got to close your eyes. I don't want to get hair in my eyes.
I always keep my eyes open so I can
have
look
a
at the hot
sensitive
chick.
disposition.
So your topic is?
I think it's not appropriate for a hairstylist to be overtly sexy. I think it's distracting from the haircut.
Well,
but I made my top... Yeah?
Well, I wouldn't worry about you being distracted. I would worry about the hairstylist being distracted. So maybe you shouldn't be the sexy one.
I do try to be very unsexy when I'm getting my hair cut.
You wear baggy clothing, you close your eyes, that's not sexy, so...
I'm just wondering, Chris, how you can ever even go into a barbershop being as sexy as you are.
It's a struggle.
So there's this
I
barbershop.
thought that was going to go somewhere.
There's a barbershop near me called, and this is an anecdote in itself. This might as well be my segment. The barbershop is called Hairy Situations.
Yeah.
The end.
Wait.
No, and some buddies of mine actually, they're like construction workers, and they're really big and hairy. No, they're just extremely that way, and they were doing a job nearby Hairy Situations, and they decided on their lunch break one day that, hey, we need haircuts. We're gonna go into Hairy Situations because we're all hairy, right? And they had like no shirts on, or maybe there was like wife beater shirts on or whatever, and they went into Hairy Situations. And they turned them down.
They were too hairy?
Yeah, and they said, "Oh, well, we don't have any. We're too busy." But there was like nobody else in there. But they claimed they were too busy, but they were just all sweaty and hairy and like. But they were too hairy for Hairy Situations.
Yeah, it was too much of a challenge. See, that's what happens to you when you have a really boastful name for your business. You've got to live up to it.
Well, they were all hot chicks, so. No, I don't.
Your hairy construction worker friends were hot chicks?
Well,
unless
it's the guys in a white limo, so yeah, they're total girls. No, but where's this so-called hot chick barbershop?
It's on Main Street in Kansas City.
Oh, Kansas City.
It's not far from Spin Pizza.
Oh, so.
The one on
yeah.
Main?
That's pretty close to Minsky's Pizza, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I was going to get some pizza, which we had ordered from Spin Pizza, which we maybe like better than Minsky's.
You would.
And I walked by.
Oh, Spin is way better than Minsky's.
Yeah. It just doesn't get old.
I think the listeners will feel the same
They
way.
won't hear it as much because you're going to edit out this, right?
It's hard to say. I might not bother editing much this week.
Welcome back from the edited out part of the podcast.
I'm just saying.
So who else has a
there are lot
barbershop
of
anecdote?
things. There are a lot of things that seem like they would be sexy in theory, but in practice, I think it would suck getting your hair cut by some, really sexy stylist. I think it would be uncomfortable.
But you didn't.
this is another one of your topics that's a single failed joke.
Yeah. Essentially, yes.
How did you know in advance it would fail? That's so good.
But they always do.
No, that's okay. Who else has a barbershop anecdote? We're a
I figured
we?
barbershops.
We're a
I
barbershop
figured
band.
barbershops would be a rich subject.
Well, yeah, but your topic was jobs where it's inappropriate to be
Oh,
sexy.
yeah.
Well, you let the topic go. You let the conversation go where it will. That's how I feel. Like
fair
you
enough.
start with a really promising failed joke,
So wait a minute.
and then you just let it.
Wait.
You let it roll from there.
I got a
it was pretty
question,
promising.
Yeah.
Christopher Winter. If you supposedly passed this opportunity up,
Yeah.
how did you get such a great haircut?
Oh, I go to the guy on Rainbow. I think it's called the Boulevard Barbershop. He does good work.
Is he the guy that like dresses really sexy? Lives with those guys.
I guess he is pretty sexy.
So I mean, it's a little hypocritical.
But he's not overtly sexy. That guy is just naturally, attractive. He's not flaunting it.
Oh, so guys can
It's
be
not-
naturally
it's not-
beautiful, but girls have to lay on the makeup, huh?
No, I'm saying
This is great.
at Knockout's haircut for men, that's their hook.
You really
is
dug
that
yourself in a
the
hole
barbers
here.
are really sexy,
You know-
and they're wearing sexy clothes.
Is a female barber
And that's
still
the
called
part
a
that I'm-
barber?
They might be called barbettes,
Barbress.
Oh,
barbresses.
you just don't know when to stop.
Yeah, who?
Yeah, I don't know. My wife cuts my hair.
See, so Jeremy doesn't agree with you, Chris.
Yeah, it's pretty sexy, though honestly, I can't really see her at the time. She's like behind me or something.
Yeah, well, see, that's what it just doesn't seem
And
practical.
we don't have like one of those barber mirrors.
It doesn't. It seems like you wouldn't actually be able to ogle the barbers effectively.
Jeremy, do you ogle your wife while she's cutting your hair?
I think that were the situation appropriate, I think I can't really see her.
It's not an
But I think
appropriate. it doesn't work.
If they're
Well,
in a
if
barbershop
you can't see her, then how is it distracting?
In a barbershop situation, they have that big old mirror there, so I think that it seems like you would be able to ogle. I imagine. I mean, I haven't stepped into a barbershop in years because my wife cuts my hair. John, you cut your own hair, right?
Right, and I ogle myself.
Yeah. Well, who wouldn't?
Yeah. Have you guys heard of? There's a place in Portland, Oregon, where you get your hair cut and they serve beer.
So,
I have not.
I have heard of that.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
does it
I've
have
never been
a
there.
witty name?
It's called Bishops.
So no.
Yeah. No, it's disappointing. My
It's either that or it's
at one
just
point my grand aspiration in life was to open a rival hair salon like across the street, and our gimmick was that we were going to sell like deli foods, and I was going to I was going to call it, wait for it, cold cuts.
Oh.
Oh,
See,
that's
no, that
really
plays into
that's
a really
excellent.
important aspect of our society is that barbershops typically have really stupid names with puns in them.
Wait, are you calling Cold Cuts a stupid name for a barbershop?
Yes, but it's a great name for a deli.
There's a barbershop down the street from my house called Hair Today, Gone
Yeah, see?
Tomorrow.
There you go.
Do we have to switch now? That's it?
I think we should have switched a long time ago.
Topic 2. Is it cool when airplanes
Time
crash?
starts now.
Okay. So, speaking of video games, I haven't really paid attention to video games in like 10 years. But did you hear about that new video game coming out called Goat Simulator?
Oh yeah, I saw the Kickstarter thing for that.
Is this a segue? Or,
No,
or
those
are you
are
starting
those are
your
cool
topic
too.
with an aside?
But no, it was just you guys would dig this. It was a game that was sort of made as a joke. Like it was like a 1 minute trailer about a fake video game called Goat Simulator. But it got so popular, the guy decided, hey, what the hell, I'll make it a real game. And there's a lot of...
Is it actually a goat
simulator?
simulator?
But it's not just like a goat standing there in the field doing nothing, you know. It's like...
No, they also...
that would also be...
This one is like a first-person kind of like... I don't know. It's like Grand Theft Auto or something where you're running down the street, like first-person, and you're like headbutting things. And you're like whipping cars around and stuff. You like really angry goat that is just like
a goat, like goats do.
Yeah, but you're just going ape shit, and there's like a lot of glitches in it and stuff.
Wait, is it actually first person?
No, excuse me. I mean,
Like-
it's like whatever you call first person, but you still see the goat in front of you, but like you're.
Yeah,
Third person.
because you would want to see the goat.
Is it
right?
third
Yeah.
person?
Yeah, otherwise...
It's like
Otherwise, you just think,
it's
that's me eating that tin can.
I guess it's not first person, but there's a different. I guess it's first person,
It's
perspective.
It's the perspective.
Take
I
it.
believe I can take this, where it's as if the camera was kind of fixed just behind the goat, but it stays in
Right.
orientation with the goat. So which that way you still get to see the
especially
goat,
it
which is
glitches
funny.
a lot, and like sometimes his neck wags back and forth and like hyperactively. But the guy, I was reading about it, and the guy said like he wasn't going to fix any of the glitches because they were too funny. But, so I'm kind of excited about it.
Did you pre-order? So that was a
know.
Kickstarter? Oh.
Yeah, that's where I saw it.
Yeah, well, we should play that game. That sounds
It does
fun.
sound
I don't know
fun.
when it comes out.
We should get sponsored by it.
Do you guys remember that game, Big Rig Racers or something like that? The like, but you know about it, like
I don't
like
think
the
I played that.
actual worst game ever.
What is
Yeah,
it? You're like trucks?
Over the road
You're
racing,
driving a truck around?
but it really like. Yeah, but
Like
the
a
game
semi?
is so bad. It was released, but it looks and plays like an unfinished like prototype of a game. Like your truck just like
It
goes
sounds really
goes
good.
through buildings and stuff. Just like none of the sprites affect its path at all. And you're ostensibly racing with another big rig. But when the gun goes off to start the race, the computer opponent just doesn't move, and never moves at all.
Maybe you just had it on easy
it's like,
mode.
It's just like legendary for the.
They never bothered to program the computer.
No, I mean, like
character.
you're going down the road, and when you go onto a bridge, you like fall through the bridge. You should look up a video, like a playthrough video of it, because it's really hilarious. And then it is. And
That
then
sounds like
if
an excellent
you
game.
Go in reverse. There's a glitch where you just keep accelerating in reverse, like infinitely, and like your speedometer just starts like turning over and faster until you're like in like this like infinite hyper loop of reverse.
That would be even better if that then crashed your computer because it couldn't handle the acceleration.
That would be terrifying if it occurred in real life. I mean, thank goodness actual
It's
big
not that
rigs
bad.
don't
This
function
is an
that way.
unrealistic game. It's true.
So, Danny, would a more appropriate topic for you have been video games news
Video
and
games
comments,
of the past 10 years with
video
with
game
amusing
nostalgia.
glitches. No, I mean, I guess those are probably the two video games I've been interested in probably the past 10 years. I think. Before that, there was that one video game where you would roll around, like, collecting things. Like you were a big ball, and you would roll around like.
Oh.
Are you thinking of Pac-Man?
No, you're not a ball. You're a.
No,
He's
he's
like a ball with a
he's
mouth.
two-dimensional.
He's thinking of Qbert.
Oh, I remember.
No,
Cubert.
he's
I'm
talking
talking
about.
Marble Madness
He's talking
days.
about.
Yeah, it's got
That
a
was-
Japanese
No, I know
name.
the
It's
game you're talking about.
Katahari Dori or something.
It almost doesn't need to be said that.
Well, no,
it's
excuse me. I mean, it has a
Where
Japanese
you're-
name.
Here's
is what I
some.
mean.
Yeah. No, but I mean, you can just from the premise that you're like a ball that
Well,
rolls
not
around
just
collecting
like
stuff.
amassing it. Like you roll over
amassing
small
stuff,
things
yeah.
and they stick to you, and you get like you grow like a snowball until you're picking up bigger and bigger things. And like what is the premise like? Like
That
your
sounds
father
fun.
is king of the king of the stars or something, and he needs you to collect like mass or something. Anybody know?
It's just as if you needed a reason.
I believe you're trying to rebuild all the stars in the
It's
universe or something.
ludicrously awesome
Yeah.
like that. But that was in like 2004 or something. But before that, for like 5 years, there weren't any video games that really caught my fancy.
Did you play any of these, or you've just heard about all of these?
Well, anymore, you don't need to play video games.
Was Dudes with Attitude the last?
I never
video
played
game
Dudes
you
with
played?
Attitude. I just
That is patently untrue.
Alright, guys, I'm just being silly for the.
I never played Dudes with
you need
Attitude.
to.
Yeah,
I don't
you
even
really
know what
do.
it is.
Okay. Have you played Orb 3D?
I mean, the premise is kind of so basic.
No.
Basically,
It's kinda similar
the
to
premise
that.
of
You need to know
Dudes with
this.
Attitude. The premise of Dudes with Attitude is basically you're this ball, and you bounce around.
That sounds a lot like the Japanese game you were just talking about. No, you don't.
It is basically.
But in this game, the
true,
ball
though.
has a real attitude, right?
No, well, yeah, you're wearing sunglasses.
Well, the controls
and,
are so unintuitive. Like
and,
your default setting is
yeah.
that you're oscillating back and forth.
Yeah, so you're bouncing from left to right, and you can't you can move up and down, but you can't control your left to right bounce. Obviously, unless you hit the switcheroo block, but I don't even want to go there at this point. And then the best part is that if you press left or right when you're bouncing left or right, since you can't do anything, it makes this noise that goes.
That does seem like either a fantastic game.
Oh, it's great.
Well,
or-
the controls are
I
so
don't know.
unintuitive, but once you get the
Yeah, but
hang of
you're-
it, it's kind of like it's like no other game. But it's like
Yeah,
It's
and
kind of like
matching
Orb
game
3D.
in a way, because you also have to hit blocks that are the same color as you, and then you have to change color by touching these paint buckets.
it makes sense though, because you touch color, you change color
Yeah,
by
that makes sense, but
going through a paint bucket.
That makes
Of
sense.
that
That,
color.
makes
touching
perfect
the
sense.
same color and them
You know,
disappearing makes
and that-
less sense. Sometimes there are diamonds underneath the blocks you make disappear, right?
It's buried treasure, man. Yeah, and then sometimes you're up a gum tree.
Wait, is that
Yeah.
actually true?
No,
That
one
you're
time,
up a gum
the
tree
one in the-
sometimes. Yes.
I'm willing to believe that.
How many of our songs... Chris, did you not know that half our
One
songs are dudes with
One
attitude
time.
references?
Why are there so many Dudes with Attitude levels involving Larry
Because
Bird?
it's a great game.
There you go.
Is that my top? Is that my top?
Whoa.
10 minutes. So, Danny, in conclusion, it is cool
I like
when
watching
airplanes
this.
crash?
There's this television show that there's a National Geographic channel called Air Crash Investigations.
So did you literally waited for your topic for your segment to end before you started talking about air crashes?
Well, the thing is, when the buzzer went off, it struck me that it might have been my topic, and I panicked. Take it home.
So my cat is really into bread.
The band
Yeah.
bread?
I wish. No. She really likes the band Cream, but no.
See, that was a sophisticated joke.
Yeah, that was good.
That was?
You truly are a sophisticated audience.
No, she's really into bread. We had this bread that, like, Sarah's coworker baked, and then I was, like, trying to cut a piece off in the... What is that noise? Oh, that's my thing. I was trying to make some toast, and I was like, who has been gnawing on this toast?
You cut your finger off.
And then I cut my finger off. I was so charmed.
Bisected your
finger.
finger.
No, I didn't quite put two and two together. And then, like, the next morning, it was like she had really gotten into the bread and, like, tore it up and, like, threw it all over the house. It was like something a dog would do. It was really cute. She had, like, tried to carry the loaf of bread upstairs to the bedroom. But then I guess had given up because it was too big for her. Yeah, I never heard of a cat eating bread before, but I looked it up and, like, you know, it happens.
Where are you? Can't figure out how come they don't weigh a ton. Oh, girls, they wanna have
There you go.
lunch. Girls just wanna have. That's all they really want. Some lunch. Don't know for certain, but I've got a hunch. Those girls, they wanna have lunch. Some girls like to buy new shoes and... Wait. Do the verse again, yeah. 3, 4. Some girls like to buy new shoes and others like wearing tattoos. There's only one thing that they all like a bunch. Oh, girls, they wanna have lunch. Girls just wanna have. That's all they really want. Some lunch. to dinner or breakfast or brunch, 'cause girls just wanna have lunch. It's true. No, yeah. I think that's probably enough.
Yeah.
That was great.
I don't know. Topic 3. What's up with the space program anyway?
So, like many of you, I've been following the space program for many years now. Since its inception in the 60s. And, you know, it seems like lately hasn't really been doing anything. Like, what's up with that?
Well, the Cold War ended.
Right.
They sent some shit to Mars, right? They still have some dude up on Mars.
They sent robots.
It's a rover.
Yeah, a little like a dog, whatever.
They've
I don't
been
know.
talking about sending
That
it
was
like
the worst joke of the evening.
And there have been some terrible jokes this evening.
Yeah,
I got
edit
it.
that
I
out.
might edit everything out.
No, you start the podcast with that joke. Because it will set low expectations.
Who is
for
playing
rest
the
of it.
bass guitar
What?
now? Who is playing the bass guitar? Is that
That's me.
I'm done playing music.
That's me.
Forever?
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
that's
it's your topic. If you
I am done playing music.
But you're not quitting the band, right?
I was gonna actually prepare something.
You're just gonna like stand around off the side while we perform, but still be in the band.
just roll your eyes. Hey, our band is the next topic.
Oh, sorry.
I think the space program is dumb.
Elaborate.
I think that they're kind of a victim of their own success. They've done a pretty good job of like looking at space and sending shit up there, and what we've discovered is that like there's nothing interesting up there. It's like a bunch of boring shit, but every like planet you go to, it's like just a bunch of rocks and crap.
Is that the official conclusion on the findings? Is that it's just a bunch of boring shit?
I think so. I think it was kind of a downer press conference. Like, well, we hate to make this announcement yet again, but just a bunch of rocks and
There's
crap.
jack shit, except for like some images that are not as dazzling as the link made you think they would be. The 10 most amazing images that blah blah blah, and then they're just like, oh, this is some grainy, out of focus shit. No, I know it.
I mean, I think it's also become more apparent that everything out there is pretty boring, and that like also that like it takes too long to get anywhere. We're not going to have like fancy space colonies or anything, or like, I mean, they've kind of run out of steam.
I don't want to question your credentials, Jeremy. But I don't know if you I think you just maybe like saying some things that you think are funny and not, you know what I mean?
No, I took introductory geology with a focus on extraterrestrial geology. So
was that
I know what I'm
like
talking
your
about.
final paper was it's just a bunch of rocks and crap?
Yeah, maybe you just had a boring teacher.
There's every
no, he was pretty
every
cool,
lecture.
actually.
He'd just get up to the stage and like he'd shuffle his papers and then look into the look up to the classroom and say, "It's just a bunch of rocks and crap," and walk off.
Fuck it.
Okay.
Naturally, he's
You
going to
guys-
work rocks
all right.
into it if it's
All
a
right.
geology course.
Okay.
I mean,
We're having a little fun at my expense, but like,
I'm not
Does-
having fun.
just
Yeah,
Do you
it's
gu-
not that fun.
do you guys?
Hey guys,
disagree
slow
with
down.
me?
Don't get excited.
Does anyone feel differently?
I feel completely differently.
Yeah, I mean,
here come the fireworks.
I agree with Jonathan. Or what's
Wait,
his name?
I want to hear what Jonathan says first.
I feel like it's lame that they're not going forward with shit. Like, we should be living on Mars right now.
No, you're wrong, and I'll tell you why.
We gotta get off this planet.
Read
like, this planet's gonna.
Yeah, this planet sucks.
I read
You know,
the UFOs are waiting in the fifth dimension.
I read one, maybe, perhaps two separate Philip K. Dick novels where people lived on Mars and it sucked, and they were very unhappy.
Jeremy, I don't want to accuse you of dodging a point. But it seems like everything you say is like tailored to be hilarious bullshit.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
I thought
Martian time slip.
Yes.
And what was the other one?
Wait, what?
What?
Martian time slip?
Oh, I haven't read
Philip K.
Martian
Dick
Time
novel.
Slip.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, what was I thinking of? Oh, I think it was the Three Stigmata of Palmer Eldritch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that does make Mars seem pretty crappy.
Yeah, but I believe even in I think that's a common trait of the Philip K. Dick universe, is that Mars sucks, but some people have to live there for some reason. I guess the problem is it takes so long to get places.
Now, that is a
you
downer.
know?
It's true. Like, what is
Yeah.
the nearest other system is, 4 light years away?
Yeah, and like when you think about, on top of that, the fact that it's just a bunch of dumb rocks and shit.
I mean, I know that's funny, but
I am 100% serious. Like most of the planets, you're lucky probably if there's some rocks and shit.
I think that's, in a way, that's a reason to go there, to rub it in, to make yourself feel better about your own planet. Like, I would kind of like NASA to send a rover, some kind of mission to Mars to plant a big flag in Mars, and the flag just says, Mars sucks. And what's Mars going to do about it? It doesn't even have life.
Chris, Mars is the god of war.
What's Mars going to do about it?
I don't. You don't want to fuck with the god of war.
I'm going on record right now on a podcast. Come after me, Mars.
You try it. You put a flag as you put it in.
Would be.
Yeah, put a flag.
I
stick
noticed
a flag
that.
in Mars.
You didn't say on Mars. You said in Mars.
In Mars.
Go
Stick
back
that
and
flag
check it. You
in
said
Mars.
in Mars. Like,
let's see what Mars has to say about it. Let's see if Mars can defend itself.
well, this is getting ridiculous.
I think that
The best thing about Mars is we can kick it around.
I think that NASA really ought to just go like full on like funny and just focus all of their efforts on Uranus.
In fact, I'm going to change my opinion a little bit. I don't think it should be a flag. I think it should be like massive graffiti on the surface of Mars. Not pointed at the Earth, but pointed out towards space, saying, "We suck, the Earth rules." So that any aliens or extraterrestrial probes or whatever that happen into our solar system, the first thing they find out is that Mars sucks.
The first thing they would see was
in all seriousness,
they would see jack shit, because if it's pointed away from the sun, they wouldn't be able to see it.
No, we'd do it in flaming letters.
Ooh.
I mean, that would really be impressive.
Or put those giant stupid
in
lights
strobe,
like they have at
strobe lights,
stadiums and stuff.
Yeah. It says, we suck. Like, we flash, suck,
Yeah.
flash.
Like really cheap Christmas lights or something.
Yeah.
No. So wait, somebody said
See,
in all
now
seriousness.
you're getting into the spirit.
Somebody said in all seriousness. Go back to that.
I was being serious.
No.
Oh, I think I was just trying to make a funny loop of me saying that. In all seriousness, in all... oh, no, in all seriousness, I do think I mean, space is a little bit of a disappointment. And I mean, you know, like, a lot of the kind of heady, kind of science fiction-y dreams of the earlier era have just kind of, it's become apparent that that's probably not going to happen, you know? Like, we could sink a ton of money into this program and they're going to be able to, like, you know, send some robots to Jupiter or something maybe and take some pictures of, like, some rocks on, like, the core of Jupiter, but it's not like
It'd be more expensive to send people there because you'd have to get them back.
Well, yeah,
Actually,
what are they going to do there? I mean, I think it's also...
Oh, turn that shit off. We just started talking about it.
I just turned it off.
I think it's gotten to the point where, like, the whole idea that you're going to send people out there is becoming a little quaint. It makes much more sense to send robots, and I think that makes it also much less interesting.
No, everybody loves robots.
No, you're right. I mean the whole like space. The space age is like it feels retro now. It's like outdated by several decades. The whole concept of the space age. But
exactly,
that doesn't mean that like exploration is something that should be stifled or not funded.
Oh yeah, I mean, so far I really haven't been trying to make policy arguments.
Well, you did mention money. You just say like.
Yeah, I guess so. No, they should keep sending robots up there. I don't think I think it's hard to make an argument for sending people up there, which I think is at the same time what is interesting.
All right, well, Jeremy's right.
Wait a minute, you back into All right, Jeremy's right. No, he's not right.
No, I'm not. I was just saying that it was. I was just saying it was disappointing. I think we should keep checking it out.
The future has
Give
been
a ton of
disappointing
money.
so far. Like, where's my jetpack? You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, that's true. The future
I think
has
that-
been
I think that-
disappointing. Like, the portion of the future that is in the past really sucked.
I don't think the future has been disappointing. I think it's totally sweet. I just think it hasn't. The future has not been in space. We're probably not going to live there. We're probably not going to like do much more than send robots out there and like
Well,
look
not
at
with
it
that
through
attitude.
telescopes.
You see the future as more underwater cities.
or like.
Well,
you know,
I mean, you know, we know less about the bottom of the ocean than we do about
okay, Art
the
Bell.
surface of Mars.
What's living down there? Nessie?
No, I've just heard people say that.
That's me too.
Right.
I heard Art Bell say that's the only reason I said.
I don't know who Art Bell is.
Who is
don't?
Art Bell? I
He
don't know
has
who
that-
that is.
Radio host. He's a longtime radio host of you know, he has his show on from like 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. His show is called Coast to Coast AM.
Oh, he's on. Oh, Coast
it's
to
all
Coast
about,
AM.
like,
I have heard of.
cryptozoology and you know UFO sightings, and it's a call-in radio show.
Oh.
I'm a big fan of
that's Art
Coast to
Bell.
Coast
He's
AM.
well, he was. I don't think he's alive anymore.
Or is he?
That's funny.
No, our band
no, he's
uses
dead. My
a
mistake.
sample of Art Bell. Did you not know that?
I did not know
In
that.
the song
no.
Chris,
Really?
that you sing lead vocals on the song about
Which song?
what is it called?
Yeah, actually, you are Art Bell.
Oh, man.
You host a radio show. This is Coast to Coast AM. Thanks for joining us on Coast to Coast AM.
And who's on the line next?
We have
Topic 4.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what's going on with our band these days?
Oh,
we are on
Topic 4.
Whose topic?
It's Jeremy's
This is-
topic.
It's my topic, but really, I thought we could just talk about our band for a minute. You know, we got a few big albums coming out.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, we got this Dog Glue with the Dog Inside is basically just in the process of being put to bed, right?
Yeah, it's waiting on a couple of important factors.
And that one comes out last year, is that correct?
No, I decided to dispense with that bullshit and call it 2014.
Oh, okay.
Now, don't get me wrong.
That means we don't have to do anything for the rest of the year.
That's this year.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to do some
hurry.
revisionist history on the next couple of albums, like 2011, 12, and 13 albums. But for now, I'm pumped about.
So
this.
yeah,
It's the best thing.
I
think
it's really
Oh,
good.
it's a high quality album.
It's probably the greatest recording in the history of time. I'm billing it as probably the best album ever recorded, without irony.
It's easily the best album since Underground Dog Network.
I agree with that, but I've also considered sort of billing it as the true follow-up to If Everyone Were Dead.
Whoa.
See, I would have said it's at least as good as The Giraffe in Paris.
Whoa.
Which to me is a very strong album.
That album rules.
Yeah, that album
I'd say
was
it's at
good.
least the best since Giraffe in Paris.
Yeah,
And then, please, I'm sorry.
after you.
Oh, well, I was going to talk about. I don't even remember anymore. It's great, right? It's a great
So
album.
what are the loose ends?
It's an excellent album.
Okay, who was involved? Raise your hand if you were involved in the song Hot Hot Toddies.
Which one is that? Is that the one where John sings Hot Hot Toddies?
I'm raising my hand.
That
You
wasn't-
were
I was
involved
in
with
that.
that,
I was in
Chris.
that.
That wasn't all of us? Were you not in that?
Well,
you added-
Danny wasn't there. Danny was
Okay.
not there.
Didn't he add
So
something?
you're the
Just-
one-
I was visiting from Australia. That was when you had that other girlfriend, John?
No, I don't remember
No,
that.
no, it was after that.
Yeah.
I think.
No, it was when he was dating. She was a sex therapist. Is my memory.
I liked her. What was her name?
Thanks. Oh, this is funny. I just heard today that she's getting married.
Congratulations.
Really?
So you probably still remember her name. Libby.
That's right. Didn't we all date her?
Did we what?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, Chris, you and I definitely sing backup on that song, and we're involved in some of the instrumentation. But I think John was the one who actually finished
the lyrics. I remember playing the organ.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe all I contributed.
very Chris organ.
But it was a strong contribution.
I think I
There were
contributed.
like 4 or 5 notes in that lyric.
I like how
Wasn't
sparse.
And I just repeated them.
Is that the song that, like, at any given moment, 2 of us were recording and the other one was playing Xevious?
That could be
The
in
entire
so many
session.
songs.
That's a large number on our recent meaning.
I'm playing Xevious right now.
It's a really good song. I remember when we were recording it, it was like Christmas or Thanksgiving or something. Probably Christmas. It was Christmas.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, that Libby was there and Christine. Sarah may have been. But I remember there were comments going around the, hangers-on at that recording session. People were saying that the Flowers had gone soft.
I do
Really?
remember that, yeah.
They were saying, not very hardcore.
Well,
I think we went soft
to be-
with Secret Friends.
To be fair, Barb had asked us to keep it down.
No, that's it.
We've always respected Barb's wishes where volume is concerned.
Well, she gets as much say as anybody else in the band.
Yeah, Danny, to answer your question, I think John has that one.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I
I
thought
think
we were
so.
just reminiscing about who was
No,
it.
that's because that song
Well,
needs a little tweaking. I think the vocals are too quiet.
Oh, is that not finished?
No, it's good. I think it's done. Like, I love the guitar work. I don't know who.
My memory is that
it's-
it was finished shortly before we stopped
I
recording.
don't know who played
It's
the
a-
guitar in that song. Like, it's so good when it goes da 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 da.
I think that
That's Chris. think that's Chris.
Is it?
It reminds me.
No,
it reminds me of the.
Chris isn't that precise at the guitar. I had assumed that was John, because it seemed like, but I don't know.
I don't
sounds
know.
like Chris.
There's certainly someone with a higher degree in
I
music.
assumed it was Chris because it reminds me of the
I
Dead
know-
in a Ditch solo.
That was one of my finest hours.
You weren't even supposed to play that solo. Do you remember that?
No, my memory, and I may be exaggerating it, in my old age. My memory is that we started recording that song, and this was back before we had any multi-track, so everything had to be go at the same time. And you had really wanted to go because you had some kind of engagement with the Hurtensteins or something.
No, they were waiting. They were waiting in the car for me outside of the house.
Yeah, whatever. My memory is that you left while we were recording the song. You just ran
in the
off.
middle of the take. I gave you the guitar because I was supposed to be playing the solo.
It's like, here, play this solo.
Yeah, and you played possibly the greatest solo in our catalog.
It was one of my better solos.
Hey, Chris, you should edit that in at this point so people can hear it. Oh, that's great.
Oh, I'm running low on disk
Yeah,
space.
that was... Oh,
Okay.
well, this is our final topic.
So we also got the how low? How much time do we have?
Well, the dialogue box went away, so maybe the problem's solved.
And there's
Probably,
1 minute and
probably.
53 seconds left for this topic.
Is there an option to just start deleting your critical system files?
No, but I can do that manually.
Hey, Danny, did you do that picture of a rainbow behind you?
That
Oh, that's nice.
one with
Yeah, it's really nice.
macaroni all over it.
Yeah, is that your?
Yeah, that's mine. I made that. My daughter
it's
wanted
nice.
to eat the macaroni, but I told her, tough grit. You're gonna have
No dinner for you. I'm making a rainbow.
no deal. My daughter quoted Arnold Schwarzenegger tonight out of nowhere. I was really, really, really,
Really?
excited.
What did she say?
She said,
Did she?
Maybe we should we guess?
I don't have that much disk space left, and there's a lot of quotes.
Yeah, better just tell us. We'll edit in some guesses
She
later.
said, "My name is."
No,
okay,
she said
fine.
it was out of context. Which I just told her to do something, and she said, "Put that cookie down." It was good.
I did. Is that from Kindergarten
Jingle
Cop?
all the way.
Oh, I never saw Jingle All
I
the
would
Way.
have guessed Predator.
No, that was Jesse Ventura who said that in Predator.
No, it was Carl Weathersby actually.
Yeah, you know what? You're so right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we also got the Christmas album in the works.
Is
right?
that due to come out for Christmas 2014?
2011.
That's right.
2011.
That's right.
Or some other
2011.
Christmas?
Danny's in charge of timeline distortions.
I have the website. I have the blog that has the albums listed in chronological order. So.
Well, yeah, you should put them on. You should put them on flowersofdisgust.com.
I don't know how to do that. Is the password
you a
still
login, but never mind.
RB Hayes?
Don't say the number one. Number one. Don't say the password on the podcast.
I saw like I said the domain.
Number two. No.
I don't think that was the right voice. Let's repeat the chorus for a long time.
Okay.
2, 3. 2, 3, 4.
Who broke the lock?
I don't know.
Who broke the lock?
henhouse door.
Hey, who broke the lock? I don't know.
Who broke the lock? I don't know. Who broke the lock on the henhouse door? I'll find out before I go. Who broke the lock on the henhouse door? Who broke the lock? I don't know. Who broke the lock on the henhouse door? Who broke the lock on the henhouse door? I'll find out before I go. Who broke the lock on the henhouse door?
Who broke the lock?
I don't know.
Who broke the lock on the henhouse door?
I'll find out before I go. Who broke the lock on the henhouse door? I don't know who broke the lock on the henhouse door. I'll find out before I go. Who broke the lock on the henhouse door?
I don't feel like I've quite got it.
No,
It's really hard to,
it's really good. Keep going.
Well, a hen and a rooster from way out west said the hen to the rooster, I loves you the best. The rooster said that must be a lie. I seen you flirting with the big shiny guy. Well, who broke the lock? I don't know. Who broke the lock on the hen house door? I'll find out before I go. Who broke the lock on the hen house door? Down by the farmer's barnyard gate, blowed my horn not soon and late. The farmer's dog could bark or bite. The son of a gun, he could read and write. Well, who broke the lock?
I don't know.
Who broke the lock on the
Henhouse door. I'll find out. Who broke the lock on the henhouse door?
Said the big red rooster to the little red hen, you ain't laid an egg since Lord knows when. Said the little red hen to the big red rooster, you ain't been around quite as often as you used to.
Who broke the lock? I don't know. Who broke the lock on the henhouse door? I'll find out before I go. Who broke the lock on the henhouse door? Again, the chorus again. What? The chorus again. Alright. 2. Who broke the lock? I don't know. Who broke the lock on the henhouse door? I'll find out before I go. Who broke the lock on the henhouse door? Who broke the lock? I don't know. Who broke the lock? Oh no! Who broke the lock on the henhouse door? I'll find out before I go. Who broke the lock on the henhouse door? Who broke the lock? I don't know. Who broke the lock on the henhouse door? I'll find out before I go. Who broke the lock on the henhouse
That was awful.
great song, though.
I'm pretty sure that was awful.